Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Celine Driver once again, bringing you another unboxing and review of a watch that is not mine. This watch was sent to me on loan from my friend and fellow YouTuber Kevin of the Wrong Time Watch channel. If you're not already a subscriber to his channel, what are you waiting for? Pretty good channel. He gets a lot of watches in for review, certainly more than me, unfortunately. Lucky guy. But he thought I would be interested in this watch after I saw a picture of it on a Discord group that he runs, and it's not a bad watch. It is the one I have here, the one I'm going to show you, is a prototype, so it is a little bit rough around the edges. But I am assured that the production watches are going to be much better. As a matter of fact, there are 4 different colorways on this watch, and one of them is already in production. The other 3 are listed on the website for Millar Watches as pre-production, or pre-sales, I should say. And I'll leave a link to their website in the description. Inside the box, nice, obviously a plain box. You have this kind of baggy thing to protect the watch roll, which is a very nice watch roll. The logo probably could be silk screened on there a little better. I think it's beginning to wear a bit. You can barely read the word Millar, M-I-L-L-A-R, but you can see the logo pretty well, the MW thing. And this is a nice watch roll. It's heavy duty, does not feel flimsy at all. It's held closed by 4 pretty good sized snaps. And inside you can store 3 watches in here, but obviously there's only the one right now, and they're held in with snaps. The little cushions are heavy duty, just like the ones that keep the thing closed. We have the what they call simply the Millar Scuba. As I said, they have 4 different colorways of this watch. The black one is already in production. There will be red, green, and blue. Obviously, this is the blue one. Oh, I should probably close that real quick. And they are in pre-sale status. When you go on the website, you can either order the black one and it'll get shipped soon, or you can go on there and make a deposit for the red one, the green one, or the blue one. And then once they have 20 watches of each colorway, so let's say they get an order for, or they get orders for 20 green ones, but they haven't gotten 20 for the red or the blue yet. Once they get 20 of one colorway, they will produce them and ask you to pay the balance, and then they will ship it out. Now, obviously, this is a dive watch with a fantastic bezel action. I mean, I'm not engaging in hyperbole here when I say the bezel action on this rivals some of the high-end watches that I've gotten to play with over the years. I'd say it's every bit as good as, say, a Breitling bezel, or dare I say even a Rolex bezel. I mean, it's very smooth. It turns easily. It's just the right level of vocality. And when you lock it in place, there's no slop. It just locks right in. Easy to grip. And I love the knurling on the side of the bezel. it's just, and I even like the case design. It's not quite as blocky, or I hesitate to use the term squared off like in other divers. This has more of an organic look to it. It looks more like I was looking around trying to find other watches from the past and present. This one reminds me very much of the old Seiko UFO case from back in the 70s. They called it the UFO because it sort of looked like that. It had that kind of rounded shape to it. A very nice case back with a logo and a bunch of verbiage about the watch and everything. Signed crown. Great knurling on that. It's very easy to get a hold of. It unscrews very easily. You can feel it in your fingers when it disengages. You have a H-link bracelet. This one is secured with friction pins. You know, the little split pin up at the top. You can see the arrow direction on the back side indicating which way you punch the link out. So you're going to need a punch tool and maybe a block and a hammer to size it, but it wasn't a terrible chore. I just thank God it wasn't pin and collar. This is and you have a signed clasp. This is the kind of clasp I like. Zelos did this. Yes, I did manage to work the word Zelos into yet another video. Zelos used this clasp for a long time, and then they went away from it. And you know, sometimes I pine for this because I love. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of micro adjust over here. I don't even know what that second pin location is for, but it has this ratcheting. Adjust on the fly clasp, and you can see you get about, I'd say that's a good almost 2 links worth of adjustment just in the micro adjuster. And you can push the 2 buttons to get it disengage, and then it will ratchet without pushing the buttons. Popping the clasp open, you can see it is a stainless steel clasp, beautifully milled out. I mean, they're not reinventing the wheel here with this clasp, but this clasp is solid. It closes and stays closed with definitive click. And the adjust on the fly micro adjust is fantastic. It just works all the time. And it's easy. You don't need a tool. If your wrist shrinks or swells with the coming and going of the day, you can easily adjust on the fly. So everything you see, the case, the bezel, the bracelet, and the clasp are all 316L stainless. It's all a matte finish. The bezel insert is ceramic, and the sapphire crystal is very slightly domed. You could almost say it's just flat, but there is a slight dome to it. If you look at it, it's AR coated, of course. The brand is considered a micro brand. The owner says that he decided to get into the micro brand realm because an AD, and this is on their website, so I just pulled this right off the website. I thought it was a great reason. I mean, how many times have we all been so frustrated with an AD that has the watch we want in their case? It's right there. You come in, money in hand, credit card at the ready, checkbook under your arm, whatever, and say, I want that watch. And they won't sell it to you. Why won't you sell it to me? Well, usually it's because, oh, you haven't bought a watch from us before, or you haven't bought a watch from us in a while, or you're not a good enough customer, or your pedigree isn't good enough, or maybe it's because the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, or whatever other kind of stuff you want to say that sounds nonsensical. And they won't sell you the damn watch. It's sitting right there in the case, and they won't sell it to you. And I don't know about the rest of you, but that pisses me right off. I mean, I don't buy watches from ADs mostly. I buy watches either, in the case of Zelos, I either buy directly from Zelos or I buy off of the Zelos Timekeeper group on Facebook. But, the other watches that me and, while he was still alive, my dad would buy in the high-end realm. Hell, we were buying from, he and I almost never bought from ADs. We all pretty much exclusively bought from third parties like Chrono 24 or European Watch or Watchbox or Gray & Sons. By the way, none of these are sponsored. They don't know I'm saying this. I just say it because it's true. So what do we got here? We got a dive watch, Swiss made, I believe. Yes, Swiss made. It is it Swiss made? I might be wrong about that. Wait a minute. I know it's European made. It might be, but anyway, it does have a Swiss movement in it. It does have the SW, the Sellita SW200-1. Now the -1 is important because that's the revised SW200. That's the one where they produced it in order to correct the problems with the winding mechanisms in the SW2XX series. I had a couple of watches that had SW200s in it, and those winding mechanisms, after a while, would just lock up, and you couldn't wind the watch anymore. They fixed that, or ostensibly fixed that, in the -1 revision. It's a good-sized watch. It is a 42-millimeter diameter watch. It is a 49.3 millimeter tip-to-tip, or lug-to-lug if you prefer. 13 millimeters thick. And I thought it was a little undersized, but it works. 20 millimeter lug width. Usually with a 42, you see a 22 millimeter lug width. But in this case, it works. It doesn't seem like the watch is undersized. I will give you a wrist shot so that you can see that. There we go. And you can see on my 7¼ inch wrist, it fits beautifully. Short lugs. And with the female end link, the bracelet drops away very nicely. And it just fits me beautifully. And I really, really like the blue. It is really a very nice, bold blue. And it just works well. So overall, I think this is, it is 300 meter water resistant. So it is a true diver. Swim with it, dive with it, do whatever you want. Just make sure the crown is fully screwed in like it is there. And you have 300 meters of water resistance. I think this is a great watch. Snapshot in time, the watch is selling for 499 euros. So I don't know what that is in American, but it's close. I think the euro and the dollar are pretty close to each other. in January of 2023. I encourage you to check their website. I will, as I said, I will leave a link down below in the description, so you can, pardon me, check them out. I think this watch is definitely worth your while. I think it's definitely got a good quality to it, solid movement, and really, I think, a standout design in the micro brand space. I really think this is not your typical dive watch from a micro brand. This one really has a unique look to it. Good quality bracelet too. And I'll forgive the bracelet for being a friction pin bracelet, because it's easy enough to work with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it to be interesting, informative, educational, entertaining. If you did, please click that thumbs up button for me. That does help with the YouTube search algorithm. It helps to draw people to the channel, and that ain't a bad thing. Comments, questions, selections, suggestions, I should say. Selections, whatever. Down below in the comment section, I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to try and troll me, you're certainly welcome to try. You won't succeed. Or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm simply going to delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you're not new to the channel but you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It's that red button below the view window. And when you click that red button, don't forget to click the bell icon so that when I upload new videos or I go on a live stream, you will be alerted. Meanwhile, as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. It is not getting any less crazy. All you have to do is watch TV to find that out. So I ask all my friends out there to please be safe, be careful, be well. See you soon.